Captain Marvel in 3D, a 2019 release, a 2-hour film, 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio, so you will get the black bars at the top and the bottom if you're watching this on a television set or on a screen like I have here. DTS HD Master Audio 7.1. International Movie Database has this currently at 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics approval score is 79%. Rotten Tomatoes audience approval score is 45%. This is directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. This stars Brie Larson as Carol Danvers or Vers or Captain Marvel, depends on what point of the movie you're watching it. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. You got Jude Law as Jan Rogue, Annette Bening as Dr. Wendy Lawson, Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambeau, and Akira Akbar as Monica, her daughter, her 11-year-old daughter. So what do you got here? You got a Marvel female superhero, and we've had female Marvel superheroes before, but here we have it's a female empowerment. That's what this is. And Brie Larson even said that. She's just going to be a feminist empowerment film for little girls. And it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. I really enjoyed this film. But we're going to talk about that. There's some things I didn't like, some things I did. Look, Brie Larson trained pretty heavily for this movie. She trained 4 hours a day for 9 months in judo and jitsu, and it really shows in her fight scenes. Amazing fight scenes. She really, I mean, she kicks it up. She really does. I first saw her in Kong Skull Island. I really liked her in that movie, and I said, "Man, who's that girl?" You know, and I was excited to see her here, and she does a solid part. She really does a solid part. Look, this there's a nice tribute to Stan Lee at the beginning of this, and on the film, it'll bring a tear to your eye if you love Stan Lee. Really nice tribute to him. You know, he was sick. He passed away during the filming of this. There is a quick scene of him on a bus. He does have a cameo here, but he was so weak that they just dubbed in some lines. He couldn't do his normal self here, sadly. But anyway, this takes place on another planet out in the city somewhere. Look, Captain Marvel already has her power. This isn't a coming into age, a coming into story about how she gets her power. We find out in the end, but it starts out she already has her power. She's on this planet. She's training. There's going to be some spoilers here. Training on a space force, working on her skills and everything. She's about ready to go out on her first mission. To rescue somebody. So they go out they're going to rescue a hostage. Something goes wrong. She gets caught, and they start probing her brain to find out some things. And she escapes and winds up on Earth. And that's, to me, was where it really kicked off. 1995 Earth. I mean, here comes a superhero, crashes through the Blockbuster roof. We saw that in the trailer. And she's like a fish out of water. I mean, and she's still going through her routine, and people are showing up. She doesn't get it yet, okay? She doesn't get it, which is really great. I really like that. And then Nick Fury shows up, and you know, he's looking at her. Who's this girl in this outfit? You know, and she's all serious about everything. So it's kind of good. There's some good banter there. Look, this is a superhero Marvel movie. It's a combination of that plus a buddy cop movie. You know, they're like buddy cops. It's a couple of different things. There's some great space battles in here. There really is. The music score is good. Let's talk about the 3D now. The 3D, absolutely amazing, incredible 3D. It's spectacular. I mean, you got stuff coming from behind you. You got spaceships coming from behind you, going into the screen. You got guns sticking out, poking out, and they're all in focus. The parallax is great, great depth. Got fly outs, stick outs. The color is amazing. Look, they did it. You know, it's a Marvel movie. They're going to do it right, and they did do it right. This is reference quality. And not only that, but if you got somebody that gets sick over 3D, and I can't watch 3D, it makes me nauseous. This is not that movie. This is going to be an easy watch, a very easy watch for the 3D. A little bit about the music score now. The music score was good. It was good. There's some hits in there, you know, some hits from the past and stuff. And that's kind of what they tried to do. They tried to bring in that that element where they play the music from the age that it's in, like in the 90s, which worked out really good. She's got a cat in here named Goose, which they named after Goose from Maverick. Now Brie Larson is allergic to cats, so they had to use an animated cat when it's on her lap and things like that. But during the other scenes when she was away from the cat, they actually used 4 professional cat actors, if you want to call them, for that. So that's it. That's my take on this film. Look, I did enjoy this. It's a good popcorn Saturday popcorn film. What I have a hard time grasping is, look, she gets her ultimate power near the end when she removes something from her that's keeping her from having all the power that she can have. But when she gets all the power that she could have, it's so powerful. And she's out in space. She's just floating there. Her hair is just kind of floating around. Her eyes are glowing. It's almost like a deity. She's almost like a deity. That's how powerful she is. And at that point, when I saw her there and all the colors and everything, I was like, I'm looking at a comic book. And I know it's all based on comic books. But when you have people, that have weaknesses, like, Superman has this kryptonite weakness. She has no weakness. There's nothing that kicks her butt. There's no weakness. And I miss that. I miss that. She's just, the power is just, it's so much that at a point you're looking at a comic book. I mean, it's and they're bringing in a human element. They're trying to bring in a human element. She was a fighter pilot and all that, and she gets this power, but then she becomes practically a deity. All right, so that's the one thing that struck me as a little out of place to me. All right, so what I'm going to do with this, Captain Marvel, I'm going to give Captain Marvel 3.5 out of 5 stars for the movie, and I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars for the 3D. So what'd you think? Did you see it? Did you see it in theaters? Did you see it in theaters in 3D? Did you see it in 2D? Leave some comments below and let me know. I'd like to hear from you. Hit that like and subscribe button. I got a lot more reviews coming up. I want you to stay safe. I want you to have a good night. And as always, God bless.